What's up guys, it's Mike Gerard. Welcome back to my channel. I'm excited to bring this slightly controversial topic to you, which is the problem I'm seeing with most real estate brokerages. I have a lot of real estate agents reaching out to me from different real estate brokerages, and they consistently have common concerns and common complaints. So what I wanted to do is break these down for you, the things that I'm constantly seeing people have. And I really think it's a shame because as real estate agents, we should be getting the support and the success that we deserve, because a lot of realtors are some of the hardest working people I've ever met. And a lot of them are falling flat because they're not getting the right support. So I'm gonna break down 5 things that I commonly see going wrong with real estate brokerages, and I'd love for you to let me know what you think by dropping a comment below. Alright guys, so let's just get straight into it. Let's talk about the problem that I'm consistently seeing with most real estate brokerages in 2020. Now the first one is the biggest one, which is a large split with little to no return. Let me break that down for you. I see a lot of people that are at brokerages with a 70-30 split or worse, which is unbelievable, as well as a massive cap, upwards of 18 to 20. I've even met people with $45,000 caps, which is unbelievable because oftentimes, again, they're getting little to nothing in return. They're not getting the right coaching. They're not getting social media training. They're not getting mentorship. They're not getting assets that are going to help them scale their business. They're simply just at a brokerage. And I'm going to get into one of the problems later in this video, but this is a big concern that I have because when you're paying that much, if you're giving away, let's say you make $100,000 a year and you're giving away $30,000, you should be getting $30,000 worth of value in return. And oftentimes these brokerages are just relying on their name, but that name doesn't generate you any business. So I consistently see people that are wasting a ton of their money, their hard-earned money. They're spending hours door knocking, hours cold calling, hours networking, trying to figure out, doing everything they can to break through the mold of the competition and get these deals. They're working their face off, and then only to give the majority of that to the brokerage that didn't actually help them generate the deal. So I take this to heart. I see a lot of people that are struggling, and it breaks my heart because these are really hardworking, very genuine, very nice people. And the fact that they're wasting a lot of money and not getting any training in return is a big problem. And I'm seeing this become more and more relevant as times are changing. You need to be understanding how to leverage Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube. You need to have understanding of a really powerful listing presentation to attract and convert more listings. You need to know how to attract buyers at scale and not just rely on a brokerage's name to get that to you. So the biggest problem I see, number 1, is a massive split, massive cap, little to nothing in return. Now, number 2 is piggybacking on that, which is old school training. Not much new, not much relevant. And I'm seeing this especially as a lot of social media platforms are coming to the opportunity of generating business. This is a big problem because a lot of real estate brokerages now are only training you on things like transactions, how to do your deals, how to, leverage documents and things like that, which is important. You need to build a foundation. You need to stay compliant. You need to understand the legal aspect of it. But then what? But then how are you going to stand out? How are you going to build a personal brand? How are you going to attract clients at scale? We're in a time where we can leverage social media in order to put out a YouTube video and attract clients in your sleep, from out of state, from out of province, and build your business. We do have the ability to use Instagram to become a top recognized personal brand in our market. We can leverage Facebook and generate astronomical amounts of leads for super cheap, but not a lot of brokerages understand how to do that. I'm even in conversation right now with a guy from Miami who's looking to join my real estate team, who's at a very well-known brokerage. He's a year in the business, and his brokerage, which is supposed to be helping him scale his business, is asking him to do a tutorial on iMovie for editing videos. We're in a time where you can outsource the video editing to a VA. You don't need to be doing this. It's crazy what brokerages are doing to try and keep up. I saw another brokerage from New York that was having this big Instagram influencer come talk to them about how to use Instagram for real estate, and I checked out their profile and they had 523 followers. How are you going to do this? So a lot of brokerages are behind the times, and this is something that I see a lot of people struggling to keep up with. Number 3, probably the biggest one, is relying on a brokerage name to generate business. I'm going to tell you point blank right now. I know some of you are going to disagree with me, but I've proved it myself time and time again. A brokerage is not going to generate you any business based on its name. Nobody's going to work with you because they say, hey, you're with this brokerage, I'm definitely going to work with you. I was at a big box brokerage, and don't get me wrong, there's a ton of great brokerages out there, but I was at one of the brokerages that all of you would know. I'm not going to name names because I don't want to be pointing fingers. Then I left and joined a boutique brokerage. I was the 24th agent at that boutique brokerage. My broker said at the previous brokerage, you're never going to succeed. Nobody knows who they are. Everybody knows us. Don't you want to be with us? Yada, 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 whatever you're going to say. I tripled my business in 2 months after being at that new brokerage because they understood how to leverage technology. They gave me a lot of value. They gave me coaching. So this is a big problem I'm seeing, is that brokerages realize they have nothing to offer anymore. So now they're relying on their name, but there's like 2,000 agents at that brokerage in my city with the same name. So what is that going to do for you that it isn't going to do for any of the other people? You need to realize that your personal brand is more important than the brokerage that you're with. The brokerage should be the tool, the catalyst that's going to allow you to scale. It should be giving you the training, the tools, the resources, the assets in order to help you scale. But that's just above and beyond. I can tell you with certainty that just being associated with the name is not actually going to generate you any business. But a lot of people are banking on that, which is why they feel, oftentimes the brokerages feel like they can validate or justify this extraordinary cap and split, but they're not giving anything. And times have changed. Maybe back in the 90s, the 80s, the early 2000s, being associated with a big name brokerage might help you a bit, but I've proved it myself that you don't need that in order to crush it in real estate. Number 4 is lack of training for creating a flexible lifestyle. A lot of the brokerages right now are just telling you about door knocking, just telling you about prospecting, but they're not actually teaching you how to create a flexible lifestyle, how to outsource things in order to save you more time, how to create things that are going to work for you around the clock. A lot of people, I'm not going to speak for you, but I'll speak for myself. I got into real estate because I wanted a flexible lifestyle. I wanted something that allowed me to work on my own terms, create a lifestyle of freedom, financial freedom, flexible time with my family, with my loved ones, and build something that allowed me to step away from the business and still make an income. But a lot of agents are with brokerages that are teaching them how to have one source of income, and when that goes away, especially during a pandemic like we have right now, a lot of people are in big trouble. And I see this as a big problem because nobody's creating this lifestyle, nobody's creating true wealth because their brokerage doesn't allow them to do so. Now, number 5, this is a big one that I saw personally, and I know a lot of people are seeing. A lot of the brokerages are just investing in their rainmakers, if you will, or the teams, not the new agents. When I was joining a brokerage, they said, hey, come look at this big agent, he's with us. Look at this other big agent, they're with us. Look at this other guy, they're with us. Don't you want to be them? Well, yes, I want to be them. I'd love to make the money that they're making, but just by being at the same brokerage as them doesn't mean that that's going to attract me buyers, sellers, and investors that want to work with me versus them. So I see this as a big problem because it's misaligned. Of course, it's good to be associated with big people, but those big people are focused on their own business. They're focused on their own brand, their own marketing. They're not here to take a step away from that and start helping a brand new agent that's going to not be paying them. They want to get the business for themselves. And a lot of these big brokerages are relying on the big names and then putting all their eggs in that basket because they know that they're the rainmakers. They know they're the ones that's bringing the most money to the brokerage. But what about the new agents that could have had the potential to become that top producer if they had the right training tools and resources? So this is something that is really bothering me personally because I do talk to a lot of new young hustlers or people that just got into the business, are all fired up, ambitious, ready to go, ready to build their own lifestyle, but they're not getting the training, they're not getting the time, energy, attention, and money that they deserve in order to scale their business because they're not with the right brokerage, in my personal opinion. So I'd love to know what you guys think. I want to know what your opinion is on this because this is something that I see all the time, especially the crazy caps, the fact that people are okay with a 70-30 split or less down to 60-40 or 50-50 and paying over an 18K cap blows my mind. And I don't know why you're throwing money in the dumpster because to me, and I've even had people tell me at these brokerages that they're not getting anything in return. So drop a comment below, let me know what you think, and I'm excited to see what you guys have to say. Bit controversial, but I just wanted to put my opinion out there because this is something I'm seeing very frequently. So thanks so much for tuning in. As always, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you next time.